We're just going to wait until some people get in. Hello. I'm going to wait until people come in, at least on one of these platforms, before I start. Hello, DW. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What does the D and the W stand for? Daryl Williams. Maybe that's it. Daryl Williams. We're going to let a few more people come in. Yeah, see, I know. On Sundays, I'm a little psychic, so don't be spooked. It only happens on Sundays. I'm going to let a couple of more people come in before I start with the story. Thank you for the hearts. Feel free to send me a snowball too, because it's really, really cold out here in Houston, and y'all know we're supposed to get this freeze. So hopefully it's not too bad. We're just gonna wait a tad bit longer. I've had a chill day today. I got up pretty early. My coffee turned out good. Lately, my coffee has been a hit or miss, but today it was good. Went out and ran a few errands, and that's about it. But I had a pretty chill day today. DW, you had a good day. It was what was that? Depending on how old you are, Daryl Williams. What was that book? It was a book and a television show, like a cartoon for kids. And I think one of the children's name were DW. Were they monkeys? No, it was bears. I think they were bears. What was the name of that flipping? It was books and it turned into like a cartoon. Oh my Lantis. I used to watch it all the time. But I think one of the children's name was DW. Oh my. Trying to stay warm. Where are you at, DW? What is your location? H Town? That's how we do H Town. Yeah, me too. It is pretty cool. You don't know the name of that cartoon or the books? I think they were bears. Oh my Lantis. How old are you, DW? Because you may not know. No, you're 47. You should know the name of that book. I'm going to figure it out. It's going to come to me and I'm going to let you know. Sometimes my psychic abilities on Sundays mess with my real brain cells. So, but I'll figure it out. But yeah, is freezing cold outside. I had on when I was running my errands. I had this on. This is like a little light hoodie with a sweater and a big old long trench coat. How old are you? I am 37. 37. I can't believe I'm almost about to be 40. Isn't that something? King Stimulus, welcome, welcome. Long time no see. And I've been on here a couple of times and you hadn't been on. What's going on? Evening, madam. Evening. Today's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to tell a story, a brief story. I'm just waiting on a few more people to come in. Yeah, I'm going to tell a story. And I'm double streaming. I'm live on YouTube and tag. So is it true or a lie? It's very much the truth. But it happened a long time ago. It is the truth. Do I lie, King Stimulus? Are you trying to tarnish my reputation? Is that what you're trying to do? I thought we had been doing this for a while and you would know me better than that, but it seems like you're trying to tarnish my reputation. We don't like that, King Stimulus. You're a Scorpio, whatever. I'm the Scorpio, not a Scorpio. I am the one and only big one. Y'all sneaky and mean. No, absolutely. I'm too grown to be sneaky. And I'm the nicest person ever. Many people would agree. I am very, 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 very nice. I'm a Scorpio as well. See, Daryl Williams. Now, hold on, this is the test, right? Are you a November Scorpio? Because those are the only real ones. All that other stuff, no. October, see. So I don't know, DW. Are you a Scorpio? If you're not a November Scorpio, then I don't know. Because it doesn't work like that, Daryl. I'm sorry. Doesn't work like that. King Stimulus. Do you remember like the children's book and then it turned into like a cartoon television show where I think it was bears. I think they were bears. And one of the children's name was DW. I'm certified. Who certified you, Daryl? Who certified you as a certified Scorpio? Because I have my doubts. Who said the owl? Are you self-certified? Because y'all October Scorpios are very, very different from Be Right Back. You gonna figure it out for me, King? Figure it out and let me know. I'll inbox you on that. Okay. I was King Stimulus, you're not keeping up. I asked you, it's a cartoon. First, it started off as a book and then it turned into a cartoon. And I want to say there were bears, and one of the children's name were DW. Oh my Lantis, you've been gone too long, King. Thank you, James, for my snowball. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, you've been gone too long. You gotta get back. But come back for the story. Make sure you do. Thank you, James, for my snowball. Because I do recall asking for one and nobody ever sent it. So let's see. And I don't even really check my inbox, Daryl. Author! Yes! I knew I wasn't tripping. Thank you, King. Now you can go do whatever it is that you were gonna do. Yes, it's author. I remember. Oh my gosh. I wonder if it's still on. Were they bears or were there monkeys? What were they? Hush, whatever. I don't know what's more important than me that you gotta go tend to, but whatever. Goodbye. So I'm gonna start in a minute because I'm not gonna be on here too long. But yeah, I went out there. It was so deceiving today. I looked out my window, the sun was out. I was like, it ain't too cold. Boy, as soon as I stepped out, that wind hit me right in my face. I said, "Oh, that's what we doing. We're playing games today." I got you. Yeah, so it was very deceiving. Looking out my window, I was like, it's a nice day, but I had doubled up anyways because I have to stay on top of that type of stuff. But it was very, very deceiving, the weather. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start the story. Okay, so keep in mind in the frontal lobe of your brain, because we listen and we don't judge. So keep in the frontal lobe of your brain that this happened when I was 18 years old. I am at the plump, ripe age of 37. Okay, so at the tender age of 18, I was still in high school, of course, my senior year. Um, ooh, was that my sign that I should not tell this story? So my senior year, my mother moved to Houston. I did not move with her to Houston because I did not want to move in the middle of my senior year. So I stayed with my aunt, my mother's sister. Now, granted, my best friend stayed right across the street. Like I could walk right across the street and be at her house. So that was a plus for me. So mom moved to Houston. I stayed and to finish my senior year and moved in with my aunt. Now my aunt wasn't old. My aunt had to be like in her 30s because her youngest child was small. And so my aunt had to be in her 30s at the time. My mother have a lot of siblings since my grandfather had 27 kids. And so his youngest child, I want to say is 27, 26, 27. So but she was kind of in the middle. So she was like 30 something at the time when I was 18. Welcome, Jordan. Send me a snowball, Jordan, and favorite me. Okay, so thank you. So I was staying with my aunt. I had a car. Now my car was having issues. Of course, I'm a teenager. I'm working at Sonic, so I ain't got too many funds, right? And so my aunt's boyfriend, who was also in his early 30s, was like, "Hey, I got somebody I can put you in touch with. He work on cars. You just be nice to him. He'll fix your car." I'm like, boom, bam, bada, got you. So I'm like, okay. Me and my best friend were like this. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to do this by myself. Tell your friend to bring a friend so that me and my friend can be together, right? What's that song? Tell your friend to get with my friend. Boom, boom, and we can be friends. Anyways, so that's what happened. So my best friend came over. The guy that I was supposed to hook up with to fix my car brought his friend over to entertain my friend while he was entertaining me or I was entertaining him. However that was supposed to go. Now, granted, we're 18, still seniors in high school. These some grown men. So, of course, we're sitting on the couch together. They're sitting on one couch. We're sitting on the other couch. We're very young and immature. We locked in. Our arms are locked in with each other. And I'm telling y'all all of this for a reason. So keep up. Don't get behind. Pay attention. So we're sitting on the couch, arms locked in. They're sitting on the other couch, and we're all just talking, right? And we're like, hey, now keep in mind we are 18, but we're still in high school and we're very immature. We're like, hey, take us to It's. Now, if y'all are from Houston, I don't know, is it still open? I think so. It was like a teenager Chuck E. Cheese. So we loved going to It's. We loved running around, playing the games, eating the pizza. They had a buffet. So it wasn't like Chuck E. Cheese where you got to buy pizza. It's had the whole entire buffet, good salads, pizza, everything. Well, good for us. So we're like, hey, take us to It's. We want to go to It's. So them grown man took us to It's. And we're running around playing the games, excited. Anyway, so those were the two encounters that we had with the two men. was on the couch, and that it. Keep that in mind. So, fast forward a little bit, I find out that the guy that I am talking to, that's supposed to be helping me fix my car, is the father of a guy that I go to school with. But I think I was a senior and his son was either a freshman or a sophomore. We listen, we do not judge, right? So I'm like, I'm still not tripping. I want my car fixed because I have things to do. So I'm not tripping about that. Now, I was in work study. Well, I think they called it work study back then when you're in high school, but you have a job and you get out early. So I was getting out like 12 o'clock. And so I would get out and I would go home and take a nap and go to work later on that day. So I got off from school, went home, went to my aunt's house. I was laying in my cousin's bed taking a nap. And something, you know how like when you're asleep, but you can feel somebody's presence just there? This grown man, and granted, well, I have big clothes but you can't really see. Hello, stay dangerous. You late to the party. Catch up. So right now, I'm 37. I'm still very small. People still don't think I'm 37. And this is after 2 kids. So when I was 18, I probably looked like I was 12. But anyways, so I'm laying down sleeping. I feel just the presence. And I open my eyes, and this creep of a creeper is hands on the bottom part of the bed, leaning over, just watching me sleep. I got terrified, but that still wasn't enough for me to just be like, I'm done. So I just wake up and I go get my aunt, and I'm like, he is standing there just watching me sleep. And so she got upset too, but I was like, don't do anything. Fast forward a little bit longer, he invites me to his house. Now, granted, him and I never slept together, never kissed, never held hands, never touched, nothing, not even a handshake. So he invites me over to his house. Me being 18 and immature and so green, I tell my aunt, and my aunt is pissed off. She is livid. She's like, what the hell? He got a wife. I'm like, he got a wife? Nobody told me this grown man had a wife. Not only does he have a wife, the wife is certified insane. Got the stamp, the t-shirt, everything. So she was even more pissed off that he invited her young niece that's about this tall and this big to his house where his wife could pop up at any time and maybe just unalive me, beat the hell out of me, something. And so she stepped in and she went off at that point. And I was like, no, no, no. So after that happened, me, my aunt, and my aunt's boyfriend was in the kitchen. I was like, y'all should have hooked me up with the other dude, the dude that came from my best friend. And my my aunt's boyfriend was like, oh snap, oh snap. He said the same thing. Lo and behold, I didn't know. We finished the conversation. And he calls the dude and tells him, and the dude comes over. Now, backing up just a little bit to remind you guys, for if you were late or if you have not been keeping up, it was two guys. One was supposed to be for me. The other one was supposed to be for my best friend. The other one turned into a creep trying to put me in a dangerous situation. I was like, no. So my aunt's boyfriend called the dude over to his house where I was staying. And so that night, nothing happened. We just talked, we laughed, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm thinking, I'm like, what the hell? I vibe with him a little bit more, and he wasn't as old. He was older than me, but wasn't as old. And it wasn't as creepy. It was just kind of chill, right? Now, granted, at this time, him and I hadn't touched, hadn't kissed. We sat on two different couches. My aunt was right there. And we just talked. So nothing had happened up to that point. So after that, I'm like, what the hell? Because I kind of like old dude. He cool. So I talked to my best friend, and my best friend's like, I'm like, hey, how you feeling about homeboy? And she's like, I'm not gonna say his name. She was like, nah, he not my type. And she was stuck on another guy that she was talking to. She was like, nah, he's not my type. And I was like, well, you don't want to talk to him. He seemed pretty cool. You don't want to talk to him and give him a chance. And she was like, no, he's not my type. I'm just talking to him for you. That's what she said. Obviously, that's not what she meant. So, granted, I should have told her at that point that he came over and we talked and I thought he was cool, blah, blah, blah. Hi, Emmy. Welcome. Long time no see. And so, him and I just continued to talk. Now, I was kind of sneaky, and this how my grown mind now knows that my younger mind knew I was doing something wrong. I had saved him in my phone as my ex-boyfriend's name that she did not like. So, because of course, if we're best friends, I've been good. I've been on here a few times, not consistently, but just a few times. Hopefully, you've been good as well. And so, I saved him in my phone as my ex-boyfriend that she did not like. Because of course, being best friends, Ace Boogie, Ace Boogie. Of course, being best friends, we would answer each other's phone, and it was we were that close. So I saved him as a number that I knew she would not answer. And so him and I talking. We still had not done anything. We were just like friends chopping it up, right? And so we graduated high school. No, I did not get my car fixed. I ended up having to, well, I did get it fixed, but I had to end up doing it by myself. The irony of it all. So we graduated high school. I went to go stay with my mom in Houston. Now back up a little bit. Let me slow it down. Now, before I had him and I did have encounters. Let me just say that one time. And so he found out something and he was like, no. Okay, And so I moved in with my mom during the summer. And of course, me and her are best friends. So she's over my house all the time. Something in the spirit told her to answer my phone when he called. And he is from Ghana. So he has a thick accent. It's not hard to tell it was him. She answered the phone, found out it was him. Now, at this time, him and I are just friends. We were never, ever in a relationship. We just remained friends and stayed talking on the phone. So at this time, I'm talking to somebody else. Actually, I was talking to the person that fathered my two children. And so she answers my phone, and long and behold, it's him, of course. She immediately knows it's him because he has an accent. Goes completely off, trying to fight me and everything. Now, I'm about this big, this little. She about this big and stacked. She had a very nice shape. She was small at the bottom, flared out. And that was before BBLs and all of that came out. So hers were all natural. Big old thick thighs. We used to wrestle and she used to wrap me up in them. So anyways, that's beyond everything. And so she tried to fight me and went completely off on me, saying I slept with her boyfriend. And I'm like, when did y'all become together? Because last time I heard you didn't like him, you weren't attracted to him, you were just talking to him for me. That's what I thought. That's what you said. So, of course, my mom's at home. I don't think my sisters were there. I'm the youngest, so I think they had all moved out. Went off, tried to fight me. My mom and her getting into it. She's calling me all type of whores and stuff. By this time, I didn't have any children then, but at the time, my kid's father pulled up. She tells him, Vanessa is, well, Slim. Slim is a whore and she slept with my man. So I call homeboy and I'm like, hey, somebody lying because she wouldn't be going off on me because, of course, I talked to her and him. And I asked him, hey, are you feeling hurt? Have y'all ever did anything, ever kissed? And he like, no, I talked to her like I talked to you. We were just cool. So I'm like, no, you lying because she wouldn't be going off on me in this sense if y'all hadn't did anything, was just talking and was just cool. And so I'm like, no, 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 no. But anyway, she tells my current boyfriend that I'm a whore and I slept with her boyfriend. And to this day, because of course we have children now, when he gets upset and in his feelings, yeah, when he gets upset and he gets in his feelings, he's like, "You slept with your best friend, man," and I'm like, "That was not her man." Crazy. But after that day, we of course stopped talking. Now I did get her back because I'm like, "Hey, you knew him and I were together, right?" I did get her back because I'm petty Betty. I found out that she was sleeping with her cousin's husband via email. Now, let me tell you how I found out. We were so close, we had each other's passwords and everything to email. I'm nosy. I am very, very nosy. Still to this day, I'm very, very nosy. So I was just checking her email, being nosy, found out, and I forwarded them to her cousin. Which, thinking back on it, I probably should not have done it because we did reconnect later on in life. And she told me how her cousin got the pew pew and was hitting her in the head with it. She ended up going to jail. It was a big old ordeal. But yeah, that's the story. Now, I granted, I could have done a lot of things different. And I think that she could have done a lot of things different. I think the reason why she reacted like that, because again, they weren't together. But I think the reason that she reacted the way she did was because she had a lot of stress on her. She didn't get to graduate from high school. She had to graduate in the summer, so she couldn't walk across the stage with the rest of us. Her mother had multiple children, and she was basically raising them because her mom was always with her boyfriend. So I think she just had a lot of stress, and she just kind of took it out on me. But that is the small story of how. Thank you, James, with the snow of the ball. But that's my mini story about how I slept with my best friend's boyfriend. Mr. Terry Joe, good evening to you too. I don't know what's going on with you and your pictures. I have no idea. But King Stimulus, you were supposed to be gone and then announced when you came back. You tried it. But anyways, Emmy, I have been good. I left, of course. Well, you probably know that I haven't been on here in a while, and it seems like every time I transition jobs, I I kind of go ghost a little bit. But because I feel like I need to focus all of my attention on that job, and I don't want to be distracted. So that's what I did. I switched jobs, and that's where kind of all of my attention went. I DM'd you and emailed you, so hush. I don't check my messages that often because it be some strange people. And Daryl Williams, what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about, Daryl? Um, but yeah, that's where I kind of disappeared, and um and I just put all of my energy into my new job. But I'm trying to be come back and be more consistent. Lafayette, I'm just listening to you. You said you sent the thinking emoji. What are you thinking? What's the question? What is it? What it is? What it is? What it is? But granted, do not judge me on that story. I was 18 and there was a lot of other details that I just felt like I didn't want to get into on the intro of the net. So I don't know if it made sense better than a Tubi movie, whatever, King. Um, but you know what? We reconnected a couple of times and we actually went out. I had to be, how old was I? This had to be maybe like 5, 6 years ago. I don't know. It's been a while. We reconnected and we actually went out. Now her and I had fun together. We used to always go out and have a blast. But when we went out as adults, it were just different. And I didn't get that vibe from her. Like back then, but I guess back then we were children and now we're adults. And of course, she has children of her own because the gag is not only was she sleeping with her cousin's husband who had kids by who she had kids by, she had 3 children by the man herself. Maybe that's why I couldn't vibe with her like that because I am a true believer in marriage, and I feel like that's something you should not play with. So I'm like, if you that dirty to sleep with your cousin's husband, and I don't sleep with him but have kids by the man, I don't know, homegirl. I'm kind of looking at you at the corner of my eye like, hmm. And then when we reconnected, I had a man. You gonna try to sleep with my because people hold on to grudges. I don't know if y'all know, but people hold on to grudges and that get back is real. And I think when we met up, I'm trying to see, yeah, she still had her nice shape, small at the top, and it flared out, and hers was natural. But now she didn't blew up. And I'm like, thank God that I'm slim. So when I did gain a little bit of weight, it ain't like blow up and it's like everywhere. That's the only good thing about being slim when you're young. When you get older and you gain weight, it ain't that bad. But when you thick and you got to watch how many hamburgers you eat, how many chicken nuggets you eat, how many Coca-Colas you drink, because that can turn into, and then it ain't cute. T0T. Welcome. You're 28. You're young now, but welcome. Make sure you favorite me and send me a snowball. You missed the story time. I was a real quick in and out. Hi, goodbye, I'm done. Thank you, DW. Hi, goodbye, I'm done. Because I feel like we shouldn't always live in the past. We should learn from our mistakes that we made. And I admitted I made mistakes. I probably should have told her. And me not telling her and me saving him in my phone as a number I knew she wouldn't answer. Deep down, like, I knew I was doing something wrong. Just one snowball. Send whatever you like, but I just asked for a snowball. If you want to do more, you can. If not, that's fine. So when I think back on it, I'm like, I knew I was doing something wrong, or else I would not. Thank you, Boom Doc Steak. Y'all with these names. Thank you, T0T0. So I knew I was doing something wrong, or else I would not have done all of that. You know what I mean? Slim Thug 23. Y'all just snuck in here. I didn't even know y'all were in here, but thank you. And you know what? It's so funny how your brain can forget things, because I forgot that I called him. What up, though? What it do? I forgot that I called him and cursed him out until later on, because we actually remained friends. I went off to college and him and I actually remained friends. He used to come to my dorm room and go to the parties and go and be picking up on other girls. And that's simply because we were friends. I remember my dorm mate, my roommate never showed up. So I call her my dorm mate, because we both had rooms and we shared a bathroom in the middle. Very, very pretty, beautiful, dark-skinned girl named Jasmine. Very, very pretty. And when he used to come in, he brought me groceries. And when he used to come, he's like, hey, hook me up with your homegirl. And so we had that type of relationship. But I forgot that I called and went off on him and cussed him out until later on. He was like, yeah, you called and you cussed me out, and you said that I was trying to mess with both of y'all. And I was wrong. But it's crazy how much stuff you forget. So that's why I said I probably left out a lot of stuff, but that was the gist of it. The gist of the story. I guess that she liked him. It's either that she liked him more than she put on, or like I said, she was just going through some things and just took it out on me. But Slim Thug, why you bored? It's Sunday. Are you in Houston, Slim Thugger? Bring me back to the old days with Beyonce. Check up on it. I don't even remember that song. Check on it. I think Slim Thug was on that. It's Sunday. Did anybody do Sunday Fun Day, or was it too cold? Did anybody do Sunday Fun Day? Or matter of fact, have anybody in here messed with best friends? What about sisters and mamas? Because y'all do that too. How long you been on this app? Um, I'm not consistent. I've been on here for a while, but I'll leave and come back. Thank you, Daryl. I'll leave and come back. And I think this last time I stayed gone for like a year and came back. So I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I just recently came back. Marcus Dorlin. Welcome, welcome. Holding down your heart. Aw. Thank you, sweetie. I think you've been in one of my lives before, if I can recall. But yeah, I think I've been on here for a while, but I just go ghost. When I don't feel like it, I don't get on. Yes, you have. All T0T0. Thank you. But yeah, that was my story about how I slept with my best friend's boyfriend. And it still haunts me to this day because, like I said, she told my kid's father that, and he still say it to this day. Think that I slept with her man. And of course, we're not together anymore, so I'm the lowest of the lowest, and he should not have trusted me in the beginning because he found out this before we had kids together. Crazy. It's crazy how life goes. And still to this day, every now and again, we're friends on social media. And she'll send me like little memes and videos, and I'm like, oh girl, we was having fun back in the day, and all this reminds me of us, and we need to get together and get our kids together. And I'm like, girl, I'm a little antisocial. And last time we hung out, it was just cool. And it got to be more than just cool for me to get up out my bed and go hang out in the streets. And you look ancient. What do you mean? If I get out of my bed and get out in the streets, I gotta have a time, or else I could have stayed in bed watching my television and eating my snacks and be mad that I left out of the house. So I'm cool on that. But I'm good for like a little brunch. I like to go out to eat. I'm just not like the nightlife chick. At nighttime I'm in the bed. In the daytime, I'll be out. Oh my. But yeah. I said maybe I'll do more story times. Because I had fun when I was younger. I had lots and lots and lots of fun. Some fun I probably should not have been having. Probably could have got me in a lot of trouble if I was caught. So maybe King Stimulus is right. Maybe I am sneaky. I don't think so. I was just lucky. And highly favored. Yeah. I don't know what you mean. And you look ancient. Maybe it's a typo. T0, are you saying I look old? Is it giving old? I mean, innocent. I am innocent. What are you talking about? I look innocent. I am very innocent. Don't doubt me. I'm very, very innocent. Very much so. So it's not a look, it's real. And I'm older now. This happened many years ago, like 20 years ago. Almost. That's why I said I know what I did wrong and where I went wrong. And if I had to do it all over again, I would change certain things. Now, I would not change getting to know him and befriending him because He was an awesome friend. He looked out for me countless of times without me even having to ask. So I would not change that aspect of it because I do, and this is going to sound terribly, terribly bad, but I felt like if I had to choose, I would definitely choose him. Boom, bam, bam, because I feel like everybody is there for a season, and I feel like she was my friend for a time in my life where we both needed each other because we both had things going on in our personal lives, and we both looked out for each other, and we both had tons and tons and tons of fun together. But I think at the age that I was, 18, going off to college, I think I needed a different type of support, you know? Thank you, TZ. I think I needed a different type of support, um, other than her, if that makes sense. Trey P. What the P stand for? I can't think of what it could be. But what the P stand for? Profit? Trey Profit? I'm gonna give you another name. Cause it just don't Trey Profit. I don't know. Let me think on it. Make sure you favorite me and send me a snowball. But I think you trade profit. I don't know. It just doesn't come off naturally for me. Maybe if I said a couple of times, it will. But yeah, I think that when I was hanging out with her and when I was friends with her, that's the type of friendship and support I needed. But going off to college, that was a whole different ball game. That's why it's Trey P. You better not have MF favorite you in you go and ghost. I do go ghost. I'm very unreliable. I am very wishy-washy. Everybody knows that. That's why I don't have no friends to this day. If I don't feel like talking, being bothered, I'm not. I'm not. That's exactly why I don't have friends today. But I'm trying to start being back consistent with going live because I did enjoy y'all. Why are you on here playing? I did enjoy y'all, and I had a couple of people who used to always come in my live, and we used to laugh, hee hee, and everything. Y'all know who y'all are, and so I did have a lot of fun on here. You ain't stuff. I'm not, but at least I'm honest. Oh, excuse me. At least I'm honest. Um, but I am gonna start back coming on more often. Only, let me not butcher your name. On my you, welcome, girl. You got your picture up, and when I just open it, all I see is yitties. All I see is yitties, 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 yitty, 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 yitty. And then when I make it bigger, then I see your face. But at first, ooh, at first, all I saw were you yitty, 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 yitties. Thank you for favoriting me and sending a snowball. Now, is that you or your girlfriend in the picture? Which one is it? Me? Oh, very, very pretty. But yeah, I said I'll start back getting on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are very, very welcome. Because it's definitely a time getting on and getting to know people, especially when you just want to pass by some time. It can definitely be. Thank you for favoriting me. I'm getting to know different people and just talk and chat and shoot the breeze, right? Without actually have to go in society and do it. So I'll definitely try to be more consistent and come and talk to the people. But I think I've been on for about an hour. I may or may not hop back on tonight, but I need to cook dinner. When I went to Sam's Club earlier, I I got some salmon, so I think I'm gonna cook salmon and some rice, something easy peasy. So I may or may not get back on. And then I went and got some wine too. So we'll see. But thank you all for joining me. Um, thank you, T0T. Thank you. Who else? Um, Daryl Williams, aka DW. And thank you, James, for sending me. Oh, and also thank you on my UE. That's how I feel like it's pronounced. For sending me the gifts. It is very much appreciated. I know you guys don't have to. And yeah, I need to go get me some water. And everyone else who came in and listened to my story and contributed to the live, I appreciate you. And come back another time. Bye, YouTube. Watch it and leave me comments. Let me know what you think.